Hey everybody, welcome. Let's talk about installing and running the robots. I'm Rob Booker, best-selling author of Adventures of a Currency Trader, and I run a robot. I run a bunch of robots, but I run a robot called the Finch 2.5.1, otherwise known as Rollover Finch or Vanilla Finch. And today I'm going to talk to you about why I run it, how I install it, and how I get it up and running. Now, in order to run a robot, and I get this question all the time, so if it's review for some of you, you do need a VPS or a virtual private server. You can go to something like Shadow Tech and rent basically a gaming PC in the cloud. You could go to Amazon Lightsail, which is a really easy way to run a VPS, and it can run on right through your browser. It's a simple server that you run in the cloud, and it's super inexpensive. You can even run one for about $15 a month. Don't run the cheap one, but you need a VPS, and that means you have a Windows computer that is always on. Now, I am building software that will run from your browser and will not require your computer to be on all the time. It's not ready yet. In the meantime, we run robots on a Windows computer running in the cloud. We also run our robots using a program called MetaTrader 4. MetaTrader 4 is the world's most popular trading platform. Not just in Forex, but in everything. It's the world's most popular trading platform. It's not the best platform in the world. It's just the most popular. Your broker might make it difficult for you to download MetaTrader 4 because MetaQuotes that builds it wants you to move to MetaTrader 5. If you have any problems with it, I would recommend reaching out to your broker. If you trade with Pepperstone, you could reach out to Pepperstone. If you trade with Oanda, you could reach out to Oanda. Or if you trade with folks over at Forest Park FX, who sort of help you. I don't want to violate any peace treaties or regulations, but if you're interested in trading the Forex market, contact Forest Park FX to receive cashback rebates on every trade you place. That's forestparkfx.com. Forex trading carries a significant risk of loss. Terms and conditions will apply. That's the way I say it, to make sure I never run afoul of any regulations. But if your broker's making it difficult for you to download MetaTrader 4, reach out. Okay? And inside of the robot certification program and other classes on my website, you have lessons that repeat just about everything I'm about to say right now. But I wanted to preface everything and get it started. Now, let's move on. I'm not going to answer questions that I answer elsewhere. And I know that some of you are going to have a lot of questions that we can wait until the end. Okay, so if you've got questions, keep them until the end, and I'll make sure I stay and we walk through those questions and answer them. Now, first of all, let's talk about Finch 2.5.1. The Finch robot is what I run, and it runs on MetaTrader. And here is MetaTrader. Here is a live trading account. I took my trading account down, turned everything off, and I decided that what I would do is show you me installing the robot on my server. So I'm probably going to mess this up as we go, but hopefully I'll be able to get things up and running. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a minute, and I'm going to make sure that I don't show, once again, any kind of weird stuff. Oh, good. We're all good. I'm going to start sharing my screen again. So we're here inside of my server. And I've downloaded the Knoxville Divergence and Profit Info indicators onto my computer. We're also going to install robots, but first we want to install the indicators that show the trades. So I'm going to go over to my Market Watch panel. I'm going to click Show All, so all of the currency pairs show up. I'm going to right-click, choose Chart Window, change it to a 1-minute chart. I'm going to right-click and delete the grid. I'm going to change to candlesticks. You can slow this down in the recording and watch this a little bit later. Okay, so I've got some candles up on my charts. I might even want to change the background color of the charts to something that's easier to see. Okay, so there's a chart. It's a 1-minute chart. Now what I want to do is go to File, Open Data Folder, MQL4, Indicators. And then I want to go over to the downloads that I have, and I want to move the Knoxville Divergence indicators over into that folder. Now, I already have them in there, so I don't want to replace them, so I'll just choose to not replace them. Once I've done that, I can move over to my charts and my screen, right-click on indicators inside the navigator window, and choose refresh. Then if I scroll down, I'll see Knoxville Divergence 3.5. I drag that over onto the charts by clicking and holding the mouse button and letting go. And then I click OK. What happens next is that you get a series of lines above and below your candles. So you get these lines above and below your bars or candles. The green ones are bullish Knoxville divergences, and the red ones are bearish. These lines simply appear because price is moving down, but momentum is moving up, or price is moving up, but momentum as an indicator is moving down. There are expanded lessons on this on YouTube and freely available on the web if you just search for Knoxville divergence. It's not the greatest indicator of all time. Works for me, might not work for you. It's perfectly fine. You'll also see a series of arrows on your charts. These are called reversal tabs or reversal arrows. We don't use them for Knoxville divergence. So what I want to do is double click on that arrow or right click on it. Either one's fine. And I want to pull up the properties box for Knoxville divergence. I want to scroll down to stochastic upper, change it to 99. Scroll over to stochastic lower, change that to 1. And boom, those arrows disappear. Now, for the good stuff. The Finch robot will buy every time it sees a bullish Knoxville divergence, and it will attempt to make a small profit. It then will sell when it sees a bearish Knoxville divergence, and it will attempt to make a small profit. Over time, the win percentage is extraordinarily high on these trades. Depending on the currency pair, it can be as high as 80 to 95% wins. I run the robot with an interesting kind of stop loss. Today I'm going to talk about installing the robot, and then tomorrow we'll talk about profit targets and stop losses and a lot of other stuff, but I want to give you the basic information on how to get the robot on your screen. You might somehow be watching this recording and you might not have the robot. And if you're interested in taking a look at that, you can simply click a button below or a link below the video, and that will take you to a page where you can get your hands on the robot. The reason we put the indicator on our screen first is that the robot doesn't show the indicator. It just takes the trades. So it's not enough to have the indicator on your screen. It won't take trades by itself. In MetaTrader, an indicator simply shows information, but an expert advisor or robot can actually take trades. So we got to get the robot on our screen. I'm going to jump on over here to my OneDrive, and I'm going to look at the Finch 2.5.1. Now you can get the Finch 2.5.1 and all of the things that you need inside of the robot certification course. How to download and install Knoxville Divergence, how to download and install the Finch robot, how does the Finch robot work, and so forth. They're all inside the class. I've already downloaded it to my computer, so I'm going to double click on the file that needs to be extracted, double click again, and then I've got the source file. We always give you the code. Well, we try to always give you the code and the robot file. The code file is MQL4, and the robot file is an EX4 file. In order to get this into our MetaTrader installation, we need to go to File, Open Data Folder, MQL4, Experts, and we need to take these two files and drag them over into the Experts folder. Hopefully they just copy over. They don't get removed from your source. Now if you're running a VPS, you just have to open up a browser window, and that will allow you to download everything inside of your virtual private server. The reason I don't keep a Windows computer just running all the time, I talked about this yesterday, but it's because I don't trust it. Power could go out or whatever else. I just don't trust it. So I always like to have a virtual private server running so that I don't have to maintain a Windows computer running all the time. Once I have put the robot inside of that folder, I have to open up the navigator window, right-click on Expert Advisors, and refresh, and boom, there's the Finch 2.5.1. I click on it, hold on it, drag it over, and I do the following. On the Common tab, I click Allow Live Trading. Under Long and Short, I make sure that I'm trading both buy and sell positions. And now under Inputs, I set up the robot settings. So I'm going to run through these real quick. The magic number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't touch that. That's the number that tells the robot which ones are the robot trades and which ones are the discretionary trades. Candles back is 30. Candles back of 30 means that the robot will look back over 30 bars or candles to draw a divergence line. And a divergence line can never be longer than 30 candles. Slippage is 5. Max spread is 5. You can increase those numbers so that you can allow for more slippage in the market or a higher spread on a currency pair that has a higher spread than maybe 5. Our first trade size is 1 microlot, and our second trade size is 3 microlots, and our pips to trade to is 70. What I'm going to do now is move back in time on the charts and show you what I mean by all of this funny business. Let's say that the Finch robot identifies this as a sell trade. That's Knoxville divergence, and it's bearish. And let's say it sells there. It would sell 1 microlot. And everyone starts with that trade size no matter what. No matter what. Even if you have $1 billion in your trading account, you start with a 0.01 microlot. That's 10 cents a pip. You really can't do any damage to your trading account at 10 cents a pip. But this market moves up instead of down. Boom. It doesn't go profitable. So what the robot does is it looks later on for another trade, another Knoxville divergence, and then it sells a second trade, and that time it increases the trade size by 3. So now we're taking 3 microlots, or 30 cents a point, or if you live in Europe, it's 30 cents in euros, 30 cents in pounds, and so forth, whatever your local denomination is. It can take a maximum of 2 trades. It can only take the second trade if the first trade is negative by 70 pips. So if this trade goes negative by 70 pips and it prints a new divergence, which is 70 pips or more away from the first one, it can take a second trade and try to get itself out of trouble. That's how the robot works. We'll talk about stop losses and risk management tomorrow, but that's the basics of how this robot works. So Common tab, allow live trading, inputs, 1 microlot, 3 microlots, 70 pips to trade to, default no stop loss. We'll talk about the stop loss tomorrow. The first profit target is 13 pips, or $1.30 approximately. There's no break even. I don't use a break even setting, but if you wanted to, you could. I don't change the RSI, and I don't change the momentum. I click OK, and the robot wants to get started. But in the upper right-hand section of the chart, there's a frown face. You can't see it very well because it's small, but you can't see it, and now the background of the chart turned blue. So you can't see it at all. The reason the robot is not running is because I must click a button on my screen. I have to hit this auto trading button before it will take trades. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And boom, it can start taking trades. I'm going to change the background color again, and you can see a smiley face real quick. There it is, smiley face right there. Beautiful. Now the background of the chart right now is blue. The reason the background of the chart is blue is because it has no trades open. As soon as it starts opening trades, the colors will change to a salmon pink color and a gold color when 1 or 2 trades are open. Okay, that's the beginning. I want to add one more indicator to our charts and our screen so that you can really get started. So I'm going to go back to where I downloaded the Profit Info indicator. So there's a download inside of the course called Profit Info. You want to put that inside of your data folder, inside of the indicators folder. You drop it in there, and once you do that, you can put it on your charts. So I open up a chart like this, the Singapore dollar, Japanese yen. I open that chart up, and I drag the Profit Info indicator over. And here's how we get it running. We don't change anything in common, and under inputs, we do not change the magic number. We do not add anything under comment filter. We do change only attached symbol. We change that to false. What that will do is it will now allow the indicator to calculate profit across every single chart inside of MetaTrader. If it's set to true, it will only track the profit on the currency pair that the chart is showing right now. On the start date filter, I always start with the first day of the present year, so January 1st, 2009, and I change the font size to 11, but I could change that even to something like 13 in order to really see it really well. There it is. So I can see profit info. I next need to go to account history, right-click, and choose all history. That way MetaTrader loads all of the history of my trading account so it can see all of the recent performance of the robots and otherwise. And it will take a few minutes to update all the information you see right here. There you go. Now it's updated. So on a monthly basis, I'm making about 1.16%, and that will increase over time. And tomorrow, we're going to talk about trade management, risk size, stop losses, and how I run this robot to prevent myself from ever losing a significant amount of money. If you're watching on YouTube, we're going to drop off here, and you can leave a comment below the video and ask your questions, and hopefully those of you that are members can help answer. So I'd love to hear from you. So if you're watching the recording, peace out.